Gaffer, following international break, have the lads all returned back fit and healthy now?
Everyone was back with us now. There was a few that played on Tuesday, didn't train. And yeah, just waiting on Luke Chambers. That's still a doubt for the weekend. But yeah, everyone else is sort of either fit or getting closer to being fit for selection.
Joe Hugel as well, how's he getting along in his recovery?
He only trained today for the first time, him and Sessegnon, so this weekend might be a bit soon for him. But yeah, it was good to have him back in training today.
Is there a timescale on Sess?
Sess, well, he trained today. I think his is slightly different to Joe, just because he's been out a period of time now. I think, I'd say probably the next 2 games are definitely, Sess won't be available. Blackpool still might be a bit quick, but if needed, I think he might be available for that one.
Tyrese, Malise and Robbo all got some minutes for the 21s this week. Are they all close to starting or at least a return in Robbo's case?
No, Robbo's going to be a little while, so he's been built up 45, 60. He'll probably get built up again 75, 90, and then a few 90s really, because it's been April was the last time he played. So he's going to be a bit longer, which is fine. That was part of the plan. I think Malise, obviously we signed him. He'd played a couple of 45 and 60 minutes for Fleetwood under 21s. He's coming back from a medial injury. So actually we need to build him back up again. So he'll play another 2 or 3 reserve games before he's really available for selection. But Tyrese is, after the reserve game is now, I think he'll be out of one of the next probably 3 games. You'll see him start, and he's ready, pretty close to being ready.
And Chris C, great to see him back in the building.
Yeah, really good. He came back to training last week. Sort of built up his training in the last 7 days, so he'll train away at the moment. Hopefully it's I know it's a few weeks down the line, but if he can get through the next few weeks training, we'll try and get him involved in maybe one reserve game and the Bristol Street Motors game against Nottingham Forest.
Just on the Bristol Street Motors, Josh Stone's impressive against Carlisle. Is he pushing for a start now? Obviously with Joe maybe struggling with injury.
Yeah, he'll be there. He's pushing, yeah. I think Dale had a 75, 85 minutes for the 21s. Stonesy's he's pushing. I'll make that decision, as always, pretty late on game day.
And on Carlisle, drawn Carlisle in the FA Cup, just your thoughts on that?
Yeah, big game. I think it will definitely be a different atmosphere to the last game. We played Carlisle last year, pretty early on in the season, and I actually loved the atmosphere. Really intense. It's an older sort of ground, which produces a certain atmosphere when they're on top. So yeah, it'll be a tough game. They'll have the strongest side ready. In fairness, we went strong. I know we were young, but that's kind of our first team squad this season. So it'll be a tough test, but. It's a great chance for both teams.
Just a word on Payne as well. Obviously, a 28-day loan at Oldham. Is that with Tyrese being back in the mix as well? There's plenty of competition for places in there. Is that just to get him some more minutes?
It wasn't really linked to Tyrese. I think it's mainly just for Kai. He obviously plays the same position as Matt Smith, and Matt's been in really good form. I just need Kai. I need him to play. I need him to play senior minutes. I know on a loan, you can't guarantee that because he has to go down his spot at Oldham. But I'm a huge fan of Kai. I need him to go and play as many minutes as he can at Oldham, and then we'll take him back and he can really fight Matt Smith for a position, because I think he's a really talented boy. He's very hard in the tackle, extremely fit. I mean, he's the fittest in the group, and I just need him to actually get experience. And I think sometimes I'd love to have kept him. Like, it makes training better. He would have definitely started in the Bristol Street Motors game, but I also kind of need to balance that with he needs experience. He needs to go and play to actually eventually come back here and really fight for a position. And I don't really link it with Tyrese. I just link it really for him. I need him to go and get an experience, because I think he could be the next one that really has a chance of breaking through and staking a claim in our team.
Looking ahead to Cambridge then, we lost there last season, and they're fighting for points again this year, aren't they? It's going to be a real battle over in Cambridge.
Yeah, really hard. Look, last year we had a lot of possession. and they beat us with 2 crosses in the box. They were a big threat when they put the ball in the box. I think it's similar now. I think they've got good players. Even within whatever way that they play, I've seen them try and sort of really play through teams. I've seen them try and hit you with a longer ball. I think they've got good players. If they get it right in certain moments, they can be a threat. It's also a really tough place to go. Last year, the pitch was extremely dry. They made a decision not to water it, which made it harder to play through. But honestly, I've got no problems with that whatsoever. Like, if we have to go to any ground, no matter what the conditions are, and find a way to win. I'd expect a really difficult game. I expect a difficult environment, and these are the games we struggled in last year. Let's see what we have this year. We're 3 points off playoff. The table's so compact. Probably this block of games between the international breaks, we really have to, or the team and myself have to show a side of what we're going to be this season, and it starts at Cambridge. 7
games undefeated in all competitions, 7 clean sheets, and I think if we keep a clean sheet against Cambridge, it'll match Paul Jewell's record in 02-03. Is that on the mind? Is that discussed this week in terms of matching that record and making another clean sheet, or is that just a message every game?
Yeah, I didn't know that. No. The clean sheet's not something really that we mention. I think obviously it's a big part of why we've been successful these last 7 games. There's a bit more to it, like the intensity of the group, with and without the ball. Obviously with it, I think we need to be better. Well, there's definitely areas that we can be better. And that's on me as well, to give them better positions and better understandings in certain scenarios. But I still need a mentality of we're nowhere near the finished article, even without the ball. We've had 7 clean sheets, but we've had big moments from our goalkeeper. We've had lucky moments as well. We need to keep getting better at how we are defensively. If the record comes, then amazing, but I won't be mentioning it at all, no.
We talk about the fans regularly, but over 500 making the trip to Cambridge, which is a great effort, and given the kind of the tight, small stadium, it's going to be a great atmosphere, isn't it? Yeah,
it is, and the way that they play, really aggressive. These are the games where we've really had tough, tough results. The actual performance at Cambridge was okay last year, but it was the result, and we had probably a few of them. So we have to try and change it. It's on us. It's a really big game for us. So let's see what we have.